So, hello friends. Last we discussed physical and chemical changes. In that we saw so many examples. So now next our part is separation methods of various mixtures of components. So we have to separate now. So see basically purpose of separating the constituents of mixture is to remove any harmful or undesirable constituents. For example, small pieces of stones and undesirable seeds, grains are removed from rice and dals for before cooking. So these are our common observation here. We are doing daily in our homes also. Okay. So see our second to obtain pure sample of substance. So that pure substance are needed in medicines. Very much important to obtain pure samples. That pure substances are needed in medicines research, their industry, and also in our daily life. So basically purity here very much important because their concentration is minute concentration, zero point 0.1 0.01 like that. Therefore in medicine we want purity 100%. So see here next to obtain useful constituents. A mixture may contain one or more useful constituents and these should be separated for their proper use. So to obtain what useful constituents. So it contains what we are going to use for their proper use. So for example, as you know, petrol, diesel and kerosene etc. are obtained from crude petroleum products by the method of fractional distillation. This we have to discuss later, diagrammatically also, fractional distillation. Okay, so see here next, some most commonly used methods for separating the constituents of mixture are so hand picking, then sieving, winnowing, sedimentation, evaporation, crystallization, filtration, sublimation, chromatography, gravity method, gravity separation method, distillation, fractional distillation, magnetic separation, and what centrifugation. Okay, these are our important because basically these are our normal that we discuss prior in lower standard. Mainly we are discussing here most here some are there we are discussing whatever important uh, to us that we are discussing, we are concentrating on that. So filtration, so in a lab so many times we are discussing this filtration also or we done also. So see what is the principle behind that. It is a process of separating a mixture containing insoluble solid component in the liquid component by passing it through porous medium. It's called as what? Filtration. Some are there solid component also and liquid also there. So for component by passing it through porous medium, it's called as filtration. So the soluble component passes through the filter paper and whatever collecting as what in beaker we call it as a what filtrate, and whatever left behind in that filter paper we call it as a what residue. So see here whatever soluble component passes through the filter paper as a filtrate, so we are collecting in that beaker. Okay, and the insoluble solid component is retained on the filter paper or left behind on that filter paper, it's called as what residue. So residue generally solid and filtrate is what generally liquid. So here see next we will discuss filtration, sorry, evaporation. Now see here evaporation. This method is applied when the solvent is volatile liquid and the solid is non-volatile solid or liquid. So very much important is, so basically whatever we are taking, that solvent is must what volatile liquid and the solid is what non-volatile, means one is volatile and another is non-volatile. Volatile means as you know they are easily escapes in atmosphere. So for example see here sodium chloride NaCl can be separated from its aqueous solution by evaporation. Similarly the colored dye present in the blue or black ink can be separated by evaporation. Okay, the volatile compound video in your inside also they gave diagrammatically, so you can refer that also. The volatile component evaporates, leaving behind a non-volatile component. So whatever non-volatile component is left behind on that evaporating dish, or we can say in China dish. So we can done. We also cover this evaporation also. So see here, next one, centrifugation. So very much important this centrifugation. So sometimes what will happen, the solid particles in liquids are very small, and hence they pass through a filter paper easily. Suppose milk is there, so we have to filtrate that. So what will happen, milk totally complete collected as a filtrate, no any solid left behind on that filter paper. Okay, so for that, for such mixtures the filtration techniques cannot be used for separation, means filtration we can't use for that. Such mixtures are separated by centrifugation. So see, basically the definition, the method of separating finite suspended particles in a liquid by whirling means what around. We have to spinning that by whirling the liquid at very high speed. It's called as centrifugation. So see here I shown a diagrammatically also. Here in diagrammatically here complete one apparatus was there. So here test tubes are what here test tubes, and after by passing electricity once you switch on, so this first year fill with our mixture, whatever we have to separate that. Suppose milk, a mixture of blood, a mixture of urine samples also, that we have to fill first. Then we have to apply electricity, or we can say switch on. Then what will happen, uh, these after passing electricity they will whirling means spinning. See, spinning. So what will happen after spinning, so see what will happen, so principle behind that. So when a fine suspension or a colloidal solution is whirled rapidly, the heavier particles are forced towards the bottom of liquid, and the lighter particles stay at the top. So like that we can, by whirling what will happen, heavier particles are forced towards the bottom of the liquid and the lighter stay at the top. So basically applications, so see application very much important in lab, whatever say it is used in diagnostic laboratories in testing urines and blood samples. So very much important this and whatever principle, this diagram also very much important. So whatever next we will see in next lecture. Thank